Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about pennies and nickels. Let's look at page 299 in our math books. Let's look at the penny. The penny equals 1 cent. 1. It's 1/100th of a dollar. So that would mean, if it's 1/100th of a dollar, that it would take 100 pennies to make a $1 bill. So remember, a penny is worth 1. And when we're writing 1 cent for a penny, we write 1, a C with a line through it. That's how you write 1 cent. Cent is spelled C-E-N-T. That's a soft C. See, it's followed by an E, so it's a soft C, and we say cent. There you go. Okay, now let's look at the penny. Look at the front of a penny. The front of a penny is called heads. Who do you think is on the penny? Yes, that's correct. It's Abraham Lincoln. And the back side of the penny is called tails. You need to know the front and the back of a penny. At the bottom of the penny it says 1 cent. And the picture on the back is the Lincoln Memorial. And if you look real closely in those, it's hard to see it on a real penny, but you can see Lincoln right there. So, a penny is worth 1/100th of a dollar. It takes 100 pennies to make a dollar. It's written like this, 1 cent, and you spell cent like this. Now notice the color of a penny. It's kind of coppery or brown depending on the age of the penny. It's different from the other coins. The color's different. It's coppery or brown. Now let's look at what we call the nickel. The nickel is equal to 5. So we write 5 cents. The head of the nickel has President Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, on it. He was the 3rd president of the United States. The back, or the tails of the nickel has Jefferson's home in Virginia, and it was called Monticello. Okay, so the head of a nickel has President Jefferson on it, Thomas Jefferson, and the tail has his home, Monticello. Now, it says at the bottom of the nickel, it says 5 cents right in there. And it says Monticello right there. Now notice that the color of a nickel is different from a penny. It is silver. And also, the nickel is fatter than the penny if you look at the real coins. So what we're going to do on this page is we're going to draw lines to match each side of the coin. So here is the penny, the heads of a penny, and here is the tails of a penny, 1 cent. So we draw a line from there to there. This is the head of a nickel or 5 cents, and that has Thomas Jefferson on the front. Here is the tails of a nickel. You do the same thing throughout the rest of the page. Let's do one more together. That's the tail of what? Yes, that's the nickel or 5 cents. And there's Thomas Jefferson. This is the tail of a penny. And here's the head of a penny. Okay, that should be pretty easy. Now I want you to turn to page 300. Okay, on page 300, you are going to count how many pennies you see and how many nickels you see. They say there are 3 pennies. Let's circle them. Get it. Okay, there's the heads of a penny, tails, tails. So that does equal 1, 2, 3. Let's find how many nickels. There's the head of the nickel, and there's the tail of a nickel. So I have 1, 2. So you write how many you have on the lines. 3 pennies and 2 nickels. Okay, let's go to this one. They want to know how many pennies. This is exactly the same. It's showing the heads of these pennies. There's 1, 2. Okay, this is showing, wants to know how many nickels there are. These are the tails of the nickel. So that's 1, 2. Okay, at the bottom of this page, you're going to do, it says, circle the coin that is most likely to come next. This looks like a pattern of pennies. We've got heads on the penny, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, and then what would come next? Yes, that's correct. Tails. Okay, let's go to the next page. Complete that page, and then you may go on to page 301. Okay, again, that's 1 cent, and that's the cent sign. Okay, how much money do we have here? Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3 pennies. Yes, that's correct. We have 3 cents. That's the total amount that we have. Let's go over here. What is this? That's correct. That's the nickel, and that's worth 5 cents. Let's count how much money we have here. Remember, when we're counting on, we start with the bigger number. 5 is bigger than 1. So we would say we have 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents. We have 7 cents total. That's the total amount of money that we have. Now, does this nickel equal the same amount as this. 5 cents. And let's count the pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I was buying something that cost 5 cents, I could either pay with a nickel or I could pay with 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. Very good. Let's look at the first problem here. The directions say count on to find the total amount. Okay, can you all tell me what this coin is? Yes, that's correct. That's a nickel. And how much is a nickel worth? 5 cents. Okay, let's say what these are. That's the tail of a penny, and that's worth 1 cent. That's the head of a penny, and it's worth 1 cent. And here is the tail of a penny, worth 1 cent. So let's count how much money we have to get the total amount. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 cents. We have 8 cents total. Okay, let's do some practice ones here quickly. Okay, let's look at this right here. How much money am I showing right there? Count it, say what the coins are, and then count it. Yes, that's correct. We have 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent. And that equals 1, 2, 3 cents total. Okay, let's do this one. Now look, that coin looks different. So that's going to be our nickel, correct? See Thomas Jefferson on the front? Okay, let's see how much money we have there. Notice that this one is a little bit bigger than these two. And these are a different color. They're coppery or brown. So let's say what we have here. We have a nickel, a penny, and another penny. So let's count those to see how much we have all together. 5, 6, 7. Very good. Now I want you to practice with the coins that you have at home, counting nickels and pennies. Remember, you always start with the larger number first. So when you're counting, don't put the pennies first and go 1, 2, 5. You can't count on like that. Put the nickel first and then the 2 pennies because it's the larger number. Okay, also, when you're counting, we know that the nickels are worth 5 cents. And we know how to count by 5s, don't we? So let's say we have this right here. Okay, let's say what we have here. We have, what is that? Remember, that's silver, and that's bigger than the penny. So that's the tail of the nickel. So that's worth 5 cents. This one's exactly the same, except it's showing the head of the nickel. And that's worth 5 cents. These are all smaller and coppery brown, so we know that that's a penny. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, let's count how much money we have here by counting on. You know how to count by fives. 5, 10, and then what comes right one more after 10? That's 11. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Very good. That equals 14 cents. Okay, just keep practicing with your coins like I did on this paper right here. Write what each of the coins is worth. Put the larger ones at the beginning and count on. Practice a few of those with your moms. Okay? Once you finish this, that's all this page is counting the money. Then you're going to turn over on the back side and count the money as well. Whoop. Excuse me, boys and girls. Okay, let's look at the top one up here. There's a nickel, so we write 5 cents. Here's a penny, so we're counting on from 5. So we say 5, 1 more than 5 is 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents. We have 8 cents total. If you'd like to put how much each of them are worth above the coin to help you, you may. 5, 1, 1, 1. That way you can come down here and say 5 cents, 6 cents, one more is 7 cents, and one more is 8 cents. Okay, let's go down here to the challenge problem. It says circle 2 ways to make 7 cents. Let's do this one together. Okay, right here we know that that's silver, and it also says 5 cents right there. So we write 5. And these are all pennies. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, they want us to make 7 cents here. Well, let's count on from the larger coin. We have 5, 6, 7. So let's circle 7 cents. Okay, there's one way to make 7 cents. Now we want to find a different way to make 7 cents over here. So let's not use let's see how many pennies we have first. And try not to use that nickel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there is 7 cents another way. Very good, boys and girls.